Hello, Sagittarius. This is your July 2019. Okay, Sag. So, Sagittarius, for you guys, it feels like you're trying to run from a storm. Run from a storm. It's funny because I also pick up for Sages is that it's, I get like it's back and forth. It's time consuming. It's the circle. The circle keeps repeating itself. She's telling me that there's times when Sagittarians, for the month of July, that you're going to feel like giving up. You're going to feel like giving in. You're going to feel like you lost all hope. You're going to feel desperate. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel like you want to make poor decisions. You're going to feel like you almost want to create something that doesn't exist. And what I mean by that is maybe you try to date someone who you really aren't feeling, or you try to allow someone back in that you know that's really just toxic and no good for you. It feels like the month of July, too, you're going to be able to make some type of change. You're going to finally reach that goal. So some of you have a goal to improve yourself, your health, your weight. Some of you are going vegan. Some of you are cutting out red meat. Some of you are deciding to take the washboard and clean it off. Like the canvas, you want to clean your canvas and repaint a new scene, a new picture, a new future. For some of you, you are going to do a lot of manifesting. You're going to put pictures up on your refrigerator of either what you want to look like when you finish your weight loss, or what you want to look like when you finish your journey of outer change as well as your inner change. When you're going to make this type of board, I do feel like you're going to decide that there could be a whole new future out there for you. I also feel like a lot of you are gazing up at the stars. Some of you may be gazing up at the stars with your partner. Some of you may be gazing up at the stars with a friend, through a telescope, whatever. But a lot of you are wishing, making wishes on those stars as well. I also feel like there is someone who is listening to both sides of a story. So whether it is you and your partner, or you and your friend, or you and your family member, have the same person that you both go to, that you run to in reference to when you have a problem, when you want to talk about something, when you have a secret. Also, too, some of you Sagittarians, and it just came up, something about a tooth. So be careful about breaking a tooth. Maybe getting a tooth repaired. Maybe there's a crack. Maybe you need a crown. I don't know. Somebody take care of your tooth, one tooth. There feels like, too, something to do with feeling stuck for some reason, for quite some time. I am looking at my notes in case you're wondering, because I know how close you watch me, but that's okay. Because when my grandmom speaks, sometimes it's so much information when she knows I'm going to do a particular sign that I need to write some stuff down, because as I'm still talking and reading, she's speaking still. So there's more and more and more, because remember, I'm reading for thousands of you. Thousands of you. So everybody's story is going to be different. So there's so many different scenarios here that I could be all day just on Sagittarius, or just on Virgo, or just on Leo. So what I'm saying is that she's saying that somebody's listening to both sides of the story. Somebody's also trying to be very patient and understanding in an explanation. So whatever it is, and whatever happened, a situation, a circumstance, an event, it feels like somebody's trying to be patient and understand where you were coming from when you did something. Some of you had this argument back and forth, and you allow yourself to become very, very obsessed, Sagittarians, with an event or a situation or a person. So if your partner may have been cheating on you, or maybe your partner has been talking or texting to someone, It feels like you were very, very adamant about finding out who this was, where they're from, how do they know them, when did they speak last, what did they have to say, did they ever sleep with them? For a lot of you, you're getting a call to come home. You're getting a call, not to go home as in dying, but a call to come home, back toward family, back toward friends, back toward familiarity. For a lot of you, it's been a long time. For a lot of you, it's been a while since you've been back where you came from. For a lot of you, it is important to make that visit, that reconnection, maybe that reunion, maybe that class reunion, family reunion, whichever reunion it is for you. I also feel like there's going to be opportunities for good fortune, long-term plans, commitments, obligations, yes, responsibilities, yes, but opportunities even more so. So I do feel like there's going to be an outstanding amount of opportunities that's going to come towards Sagittarians. Now, some of you Sagittarians, as I said, getting back into relationship issues. Some of you literally gave 200% of your heart to someone. Some of you Sagittarians spent so much time trying to make your partner's life better that you neglected your own. Some of you even may have wanted to leave the situation on many, many occasions. A lot of times you've really had enough, and yet on the thinnest thread, on the thinnest piece of string, you held in there. You stayed in there. You continued to try to fight. You continued to try to make things better. But the outcome was still the same. The results were still the same. For a lot of you, it is like your heart was stabbed with an arrow, and not just a weapon arrow, but an arrow of love. A lot of you deeply felt the ache in your heart, literally felt the ache in your heart when someone had to walk away or stepped away, or when somebody left, when somebody turned their back, when somebody made you feel as if all the work you've done was for nothing, when somebody made you believe that you were everything in the world to them, but yet their actions showed you that you were nothing to them. There is a time where you're going to be able to step back from the situation, when you're going to be so confident in yourself that you're going to be able to move forward. There is a very strong air sign around you. There's a very strong fire sign around you. More importantly, there is the King of Cups. This could be a father figure, an uncle, older brother, or older boyfriend, if that's the case. This is an older gentleman who's very kind-hearted, very protective, very understanding. Somebody you may be able to, maybe it's a father you may be able to sit down with and talk things over, get their opinion. For some of you, you're quite the daddy's little girl. For some of you, you're looking for that same security that your dad gave you when you were little, and you're trying to find that in relationships along the way, which there's nothing wrong with that. We always expect our mate to protect us. And for those of you who are dating females, you're always looking for that motherly type, for that type that's going to always be there for you, regardless of what happens, what you do. For some of you, you are the one who stepped out of a relationship and went with another, believing that the grass was going to be greener on the other side, but found out differently. Now you may be trying to go back with an ex, if that's you. You may be trying to go back with an ex, trying to get things back on track, get things mended back together. I feel like there's also a congratulations somewhere. Maybe it was a graduation, a celebration, an anniversary, a birthday, whatever. There is something that you're happy about, something that you're expanding and expressing yourself about. There's also an invitation coming for you. Maybe it is for a wedding, and you want to invite your ex-partner to go with you. You don't want to go alone, and you're thinking about them. For some of you, it may be that you're riding past that person's house, or they're riding past yours. And it could be them, too, wanting to invite you to something. For some of you, it feels, Sagittarians, that something has been a long time coming. Something has been getting a lot of work put in over and over and over and over. Maybe it's trying to improve your financial situation with your partner. Maybe you're trying to get yourself in a better place so that when you do find love again, that you'll be prepared through your home, through everything. I do feel like there's going to be a understanding for some a misunderstanding. So I'm hearing understanding and misunderstanding. So for some of you, perhaps there's going to be an understanding, a common agreement between you and someone else that will be made in the month of July. For some of you in the month of July, unfortunately, there'll be a misunderstanding, miscommunication, somebody taking something the wrong way. But I do feel like it's finally going to make sense to you. I do feel like you're going to love everything that is about this person that's coming towards you. I feel like they're going to make you very happy. I feel like you're going to want to be energetic and encouraged and inspired by so many different things. There could be a time and a place for you to meet up with someone as well. For some of you, sporadically, spontaneously, you're going to run into your ex-partner whether you planned it or not. It's going to be the day that you didn't get yourself prepared. You're not fixed up the best way that you would want to be when you've seen them. You were caught off guard. Even maybe you will have a chance to speak, but because you don't have your words ready, you don't know what you'll say. When you leave, you'll regret and say, oh, I should have said this, or I should have said that. So think now ahead of time what it is that you truly need to tell this person, because you're going to have the opportunity to come very soon. For the month of July, Sagittarians, money will get better. The job itself that you do is going to feel better. You're going to start getting inspired again to go back into work, to enjoy yourself and your coworkers, to share things, to go into different events and have a great time. To be blessed in a lot of ways is coming for you. Blessings are coming for you, Sagittarius. But some of you are definitely going to have to ride out the storm. So be careful with that, because you will, in fact, at some point, be able to ride out the storm. But it may get a little risky. It may get a little rocky before you get there. A lot of you are tired of being alone, tired of not being in a good relationship, tired of not finding the right one, tired of always dating these frogs and looking for that prince, or always dating these chickmunks instead of dating that princess. But your time will come. The reason somebody from your past is not there is because they're not supposed to be. But please know that they will come in God's timing, not in your timing. We all want, like I say all the time, that instant gratification, but it's not always there. Someone wants to step towards you. Someone wants to communicate with you, Sagittarius. I feel that very strong. Whether that's an earth sign, an air sign, a fire sign, even a water sign, but they want to come towards you. But somebody's hesitant. Somebody's reluctant. Somebody's second-guessing their decisions with you. Or maybe you are second-guessing whether or not you would want to go through it again. Try it one more time. It is your canvas, so you can decide what you want to paint on it. Your canvas of life, what you want for the present and the future. You cannot no longer focus on the past. You can only concentrate on the present, here and now, and plant seeds, so that you can harvest the good things later. Remember, what you do today is what you harvest later. So what you eat today is what you'll weigh tomorrow. So What love and light you put out today is what you'll get back tomorrow. So, be mindful. Don't point the finger at anybody, because then you'll have 4 more pointing back at you. So, focus on you. Own your own shit. Take what's good out of any situation. Leave what's bad for something else or someone else. But that's your July, Sag.